What's not to love when it comes to croissant? Flaky on the outside, soft and buttery on the inside. They might just be our favorite French pastry. Though easy to enjoy, croissant can be difficult to perfect, especially if you're making them at home. The process takes practice and a lot of patience, but trust us, when we say it's worth it, we tested hundreds of croissants to bring you the best classic croissant and have you baking like a pro. So let's get into it. In a large bowl, add 1/2 cups of warm water 100 degrees hot, and then add 1 teaspoon of yeast. Mix it well, and then set aside to rest for 10 minutes. Add 250 grams of flour, 30 grams of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Add 2 eggs, and then add 25 grams of melted butter, and then mix up everything. After everything comes together, you can gently slap the dough against the table. For this step, I recommend using a wax paper. This step, gently squeeze the dough to make it a little bit bigger. And then you will have to fold the wax paper to 7 inches by 7 inches. So you will need a ruler or something to use for the measurements. Make sure it's 7 inches by 7 inches. After that, gently roll up the dough into the edges, because the wax paper is shaping the dough for you. Gently keep rolling up the dough till it takes the form of the wax paper. Make sure the corners are even. Just keep doing rolling the thing till everything is all good. Keep measuring the thing to make sure it's 7 inches by 7 inches. And then place the dough in the fridge for 12 hours. While we're waiting for the dough, cut the butter 4 inches by 4 inches. Make sure it's 4 inches by 4 inches. So after that, you're gonna gently put the butter in the wax paper. Make sure the wax paper is 4 inches by 4 inches. And make sure the corners are even. 4 inches by 4 inches. And then roll up the butter in the wax paper. Make sure it's 4 inches by 4 inches. And then press the butter in the fridge for 15 minutes. After 12 hours, take out the dough out of fridge and then press it on the table where you're gonna roll it to 7 inches. Rolling up the dough to 7 inches, make sure it's 7 inches, not 8 inches. Now you're gonna have to put the butter in the center of the dough diagonally in the center of the dough. And then fold the edges of the dough up to the butter. After that, make sure all the edges are closed up. Like make sure, like press the things down. Make sure it's all good. Then you're gonna flip the dough, and then you'll put the flour on the bottom. Gently spread the flour on the table. Make sure the dough is covered in flour. Make sure you also put flour on the thing that you use to roll up the dough. At this step, you're gonna have to make sure the butter is evenly spread. So you have to push it down gently. Make sure you push it down. So gently push the dough down to make sure the butter is evenly spread. At this step, we're gonna roll out the dough up to 18 inches. Make sure you keep the sides even. Roll up the thing as a rectangle to 18 inches. You have to make sure it's exact 18 inches. So keep rolling if it's not 18 inches, but if it's 18 inches, yeah, so keep rolling up to 18 inches. You're gonna grab the bottom of the dough and then fold it 3/4 of the way out the rectangle, and then take the top half, fold it the rest of the quarter of the way until both ends meet evenly. Now fold the longer bit over the shorter bit, making an envelope shape. Just lightly top it and then wrap it in the plastic wrap and rest it in the fridge for 1 hour. So after 1 hour, you're gonna take the thing out of fridge. Now we're gonna roll up the thing the opposite side. So make sure you roll it the opposite side. And now you're gonna roll up the thing up to 18 inches. So make sure you use the same pressure you used when rolling out the thing for the first time. You're gonna grab the top part and then fold it 1/3 of the way down. And then the bottom part, folding it so that it overlaps evenly on the other side. So here I'm making a little bit adjustment. You have to make sure it's an evenly square. You have to make sure it's 4 inches by 4 inches. So at this part, you're gonna wrap it up in a plastic wrap. You're gonna put it in the fridge for 12 hours, or you can put it in the fridge for 1 hour. It's up to you. But if you want it to come out better, you can put it in the fridge for 12 hours. Now it's time for the final part. You're gonna roll up the thing to 10 inches wide, not long, and 1/4 of an inch thick. The length of it isn't as important here. Just roll it until those parameters are met. So it's time for the final part. So you will have to first mark the thing. It doesn't matter, just mark it. If it seems even, yeah. And then after that, you're gonna cut it. So watch the video to see how I cut the croissants. So first, pull the croissant towards yourself. So you're gonna tightly roll up the croissants. Don't squeeze them because you're gonna run them up. Just watch how I do it. Sure that the croissants tip, like when you roll up the croissants, the tip, make sure you press it down. So after doing all the croissants, you're gonna crack one egg and you're gonna add water. Just add 1 teaspoon of water and then mix up the eggs well. After everything is all mixed up, you're gonna gently brush the croissants with the egg wash. For convection oven, you're gonna bake him at 390 Fahrenheit for 6 minutes, then 330 for 10 to 15 more minutes. And for typical oven, you're gonna bake him at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Help me reach 10,000 subscribers.